Hi, teachers. Hello. Wow, I'm so excited to be here today. We had the opportunity to attend the TESOL conference in the United States in Seattle this year. And if you don't know about the TESOL conference, it happens every year, one of the biggest English as a second language conferences in the US, sponsored by TESOL itself. So a lot of our teachers drove up from around the Seattle area to help us out at the booth. Huge shout out to all of these teachers. They're so amazing. Thank you guys so much. And after the presentations at the conference, they gave me a piece of feedback. They said, Lane, why in the world are you going to tell this information to people that you don't even know when your teachers also want to understand, but a lot of these things are new to us? And I thought, wow, isn't this very true? So without further ado, this is the presentation from the TESOL conference, A Billion Hellos, How VIPKid is Transforming the ESL Landscape. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Lane, and I'm the head of education here at VIPKid. I run the curriculum department with a lot of help from a lot of amazing people. I used to run the teacher management department as well, but recently, with 10,000 of you guys now, there are a lot of amazing people over on that side. Jing and Daniel and Ada and Sam and Hugh are all excellent. So I just consult and help out and really just am there for like snacks that they give me for free, sometimes beer, just kidding, not kidding. I've been a VIPKid for 3 years now. Actually, today is my 3rd year anniversary. And I'm still alive, which is exciting. When I started at VIPKid 3 years ago, there were 2 teachers and 10 students. And, you know, there were maybe 10 of us at the head office working all kinds of crazy hours, wearing all kinds of different hats. So VIPKid is obviously a lot bigger now, and our teachers are a lot bigger as well, but still the same kind of tight-knit community that we had in the beginning. So let me go ahead and introduce to you some things about our company. So this presentation has 2 different parts. The first part is a company introduction. The second part is a curriculum introduction. The company introduction, both parts, I think that there are some pieces of information you're missing, right? But some things you already know. So about VIPKid. VIPKid really supports students from 4 to 13 years old. Now, I know that you guys are going to say, hey, Lane, what are you talking about? I've definitely had 3-year-olds in my classroom before. And I'm just going to say, shame on the sales team. Shame on the amazing sales team. So we really have a few 3-year-olds, some 15-year-olds, but most of our students are between 4 and 13. And actually, the vast majority are 6, 7, and 5 years old. So we obviously have very qualified teachers, and to be a VIPKid teacher is a very prestigious thing. In reality, we only pass about 10% of teachers who apply through our interview and practicum stage. We really value quality, and this is something that we're feel very strongly about. So all of our classes are done one-on-one, which you guys already know as well, and our curriculum is based on the Common Core State Standard and is all curated in-house. We also leverage a flipped classroom model, which I'll talk about a little bit later on. So our scheduling is flexible and on demand, which means that teachers or parents can schedule different teachers. This creates a very flexible system for parents as well as teachers because it means no set schedule. And we have a full immersion English program. We have no Chinese teachers, and you guys know the experience of sitting down in front of a computer with a 4-year-old who speaks no English on the other side, and how intimidating and sometimes difficult that can be. But the truth of the matter is that children learn much, much faster. Children are pushed and encouraged to speak English when there's no opportunity to speak their native language. So VIPKid also has quite a few investors, and we're very, very excited to work with them. So one of our investors is Sequoia Capital. Right? Another is Northern Light. One of our first investors was Innovation Works. We're invested in by Matrix Partners China, as well as one of our really exciting investors recently has been Kobe Bryant with his new investment company, right? And also another company called Learn Capital, who has invested in us. And they are not just about the money, actually. They are about excellent learning outcomes. So this has been great to work with them on how we look at data, how we look at student learning, and how we expect and work towards better student learning outcome. So still a little bit more about the company. So when I filmed this at the TESOL conference back a month ago or so in March, we had 80,000 paying students and 9,500 teachers. So right now it's the middle of April, and we now have over 100,000 students, yeah, and over 10,000 teachers, almost 11,000 teachers. So every time I say these numbers, they are literally immediately out of date. We were established in 2013. We spent the first year testing, and the second year we started to grow. So to put these teacher and student numbers into, to compare these teacher and student numbers with last year, right? A little bit of context, I guess, would be that last year in January, we had 700 teachers, right? Last year in January, we had 700 teachers. This year in January, we had 7,000 teachers. And next year in January, we should have anywhere from 35,000 to 40,000 teachers. So we're always looking for excellent teachers. Please refer anyone you think would, really be excellent and benefit the learning of our students, always, right? We're always very excited to have new people come in. So we have a 30% month-on-month growth, thanks very much to the sales team, and a 95% student renewal rate. And actually, our teacher renewal rate is sitting around 98%, which we're very excited about. Our really goal is 99%, so we're really fighting hard for the additional 1%. And we operate in 32 different countries. We actually have students, mostly Chinese students, living in 32 different countries. Although if you stick with us until next year, I think you're going to see a lot more of Asia. And the year after that, you're going to see a lot more of the world. So there's no stopping us. And then we've raised $125 million in financing and funding with our Round C financing. And like I just said before, we had Kobe Bryant, Learn Capital, and then quite a few other partners who've been with us, as well as the addition of the Yunfeng Capital, which is Jack Ma's investment company. So a little bit about our customer. And I hate to say the word customer because really this is the student. A little more about our student. So our student age distribution. 55% of our students are 6 to 8 years old. 10% are 4 to 5, and 9 years old and plus make up 35% of our students. We have covered almost every province in China, and we're working hard to fill our last remaining one. Our co-founders are really the core and the backbone of our company. So we have 3 co-founders. Cindy is our CEO. Cindy was the first employee at the company. She's our founder and CEO, and she's just amazing. I'll give you a little bit of information about Cindy's background. So Cindy actually didn't finish high school. Cindy had a horrible teacher in the middle of high school in math who told her she'd never amount to anything, and she dropped out. Upon dropping out, she taught herself English, and she founded a training center with her uncle. This training center became very big in China, very established. So after that, Cindy went ahead and she finished high school, finished college, got her MBA, and then she founded VIPKid, right? And Cindy is one of the most ferocious, driven, and absolutely phenomenally inspirational people I have ever met in my whole life. So our second co-founder is Victor. Victor is a marketing guru. Victor runs the demand side, right? So Victor really takes care of the service team, the sales team. He takes care of the business operations in general, the marketing, for example. And then we have Jessie. Jessie's another one of our co-founders. She's the number 2 employee at the company. And Jessie is the co-founder that takes care of the education side. So Jessie will take care of teacher management, teacher recruiting, curriculum, as well as a few other departments like art and business development. All these guys have a huge amount of work on their plate, and you can see them in the office until 1 o'clock in the morning, but their dedication and perseverance have allowed us to get to the point that we're at today. So a little bit more about our team. Our team is very international. We actually have over, I believe it's 10 or 12 different nationalities working at the head office. Obviously, the majority of our staff is Chinese. But we also have, especially the curriculum and the teacher management teams, have what we call foreigners. I think I've been in China too long, so I don't know what else to say. I guess expats, right? We have lots of expats working here. So I'm American. We have quite a few Americans and Canadians. We also have an Estonian, a Hungarian, an Antiguan, a Guatemalan, blah, 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 to name a few. So we've got Spanish going on. We've got a little bit of like Estonian, some English, and definitely a lot of Chinese. So I think that one thing that makes VIPKid very unique, and the reason that we're extremely successful, is because we are able to support an international culture. This is a culture that's accepting of different opinions, and it's a culture that really encourages people to have these different opinions to complete a whole thought, right? So a little bit more about our partners, right? We have some partners, and this is really from the teacher side of everything. So we definitely partner with TESOL, right? And we offer our teachers discounts through TESOL, and also with TOEFL Primary. So curriculum has just finished May the 5th. Actually, not finished yet. I shouldn't say that. Just about to finish a TESOL preparation course, a TOEFL Primary preparation course. So you'll see that on your list of classes relatively soon. We're very excited to be offering this, and actually the first 20 or so students who took this test did extremely, extremely well from our higher level classes. We also partner with Coursera. I know some of you are just finishing up our first 500 teacher Coursera certification program with Arizona State University. Very excited about that as well. And we hope to work with them in the future to continue to offer more professional development opportunities to all of you guys. It's very, very, very important to us that we continue to offer these opportunities, because the better you are, the better VIPKid is, and the more we can offer to our student. So I think that this, at this point, is a little bit obvious, but our business model benefits both kids and teachers, right? So kids get access to more qualified teachers, and this is always a problem in China. There's a problem of just general supply and demand, right? Parents in China want their kids to have access to people who look very different, who speak English as a native language. And although in China there are some excellent English as a second language teachers, we offer the opportunity for students to expand their horizon, to use their oral English to practice, and to do it all from the comfort of their home, right? They also have access to global learning resources like Virtual Field Trip, for example, or a lot of our content that we've made in-house. And the learning environment is immersion, right? So it's very authentic. One problem that in general, which is kind of like an off-topic thing, one problem in general that students in China have, and parents in China have, is that students will learn English for quite a while and then really won't be able to apply the language that they've learned in a real-life situation. So this is something that VIPKid does extremely well, that you guys do extremely well. I can't take any credit. I wish I could. I can't take any credit for that, because it is just the nature of a student really wanting to communicate with a teacher, and a teacher having the skills to break something down to a level that can be understood by the student. So for teachers, we offer the option for higher income, right? We give you money and a flexible teaching schedule. So we would hope that this ability to gain more money and continue to teach is something that benefits you. I think that two things that are missing here are very important. One thing that's missing is that we offer the opportunity for teachers to continue to do what they love regardless of their circumstance or situation. I know a lot of teachers who get very tired of grading papers, for example, or they have a baby. I have something happen in my life and I'd like to go ahead and stay home. So we offer the opportunity for teachers to continue doing what they're passionate about without spending a lot of time grading or preparing lesson. And then something else that is extremely important to both students and teachers would have to be the culture exchange. Now, when I talk about this, I always get goosebumps. I drank the VIPKid Kool-Aid a long time ago, because I think that one of the most special things about our program is that every time that camera turns on, you are transported to China, right? Our teachers are transported directly to China, and our students are transported to wherever our teacher is. 40 different countries. We have stories of students making dumplings at Spring Festival for teachers in front of the camera, or showing them the sights when they're on vacation, teachers showing off their family. For two countries that sometimes have very big political differences, I think that we do more for international relations than any politician ever did, right? Not hard, maybe. So we have a huge potential to grow, right? And I think this is very important to our teachers because you want a stable environment, right? If you're going to work here, you want to know that your job will be here in a year or 2 years or 5 years, or of course, all of you will stay with us for at least 20 years, right? Right? Yes? Which means that, we need to continue to expand and continue to offer you classes. So in China alone, and this is only looking at a specific market segment. So if we're looking at an upper level market segment, middle class, upper class, there are 30 million Chinese students in our age group. And actually we have access to 4 million teachers. And this is only K-12 teachers. So we're not including ESL teachers, teachers who are not currently teaching but staying at home, retired teachers. So actually our markets are much bigger than this. And if you're looking at students as well, you're only thinking China, right? And if you're only thinking China, maybe for the next year, but then you're going to see Korea, and you're definitely going to see Japan, and you're going to see Vietnam and India, right? So it's going to be an amazing, wild ride, and I'm super, super excited to see what happens. So for a little bit more about teachers and our business model surrounding teachers. So at the point of doing this presentation, we had 9,500 teachers, although now it's almost 11,000. And we're looking for an additional 2,000 teachers a month. After 3 years at VIPKid, I'm just like, 2,000 teachers is fine. We can do it, whatever. I might have had a small heart attack 3 years ago. But, VIPKid has already done outstanding, amazing things in the 3 years that it's been a company, and we are absolutely able to achieve this goal. I feel very strongly that we'll be able to do this year. So our teachers on average earn about $1,500 a month, but there is earning potential for over $5,000 a month. I've seen one teacher make 7 or 8 or actually $10,000 in 1 month. These kind of teachers obviously are working the night shift. Depending on your time zone, right? If you're in Asia, you are working the day. If you are in the US or Canada, you are working the night shift. Huge applause to all of you guys for getting up so early in the morning, teaching all the way through the night. I'm not sure that I could do it. If I did, I would probably be so jittery on caffeine. By the time I ended, I would look like, the kid would my last student would be like, what is wrong with you? So our teachers definitely have to have experience in education. They absolutely have to have a bachelor's degree or above. And most of them are currently working in US or Canadian primary schools, right? So we're looking for all kinds of people. We're looking for people who are working in primary school. We're looking for people who have had teaching background. We're looking for people especially who have ESL background. Those kind of teachers find it much easier to handle the 4, 5, 6-year-olds who speak zero English, which is, according to me, my opinion, probably the hardest thing to do is to teach those kind of students, but the most rewarding. So let me move to my favorite part, which is our approach to online education. So how we do things is we apply a flipped classroom model, right? So the reason that we do the flipped classroom is not only because the research shows that flipped classroom model is extremely effective, but also because your 25 minutes of teaching time is extremely precious to us. It is like the golden moment. So we want to make it as effective as possible. So what we do is this. We first introduce a pre-class video. This video introduces the lesson content. After that, we move on to the one-on-one class, which is all about you. And then after that, they move on to post-class homework. And we also have a review book that we send home to parents. So a little bit more about each of these things in just a moment. Before I move on, though, I want to talk you through the student experience. So the very first thing that happens with the student is the student logs into their student portal. So you can see an example of the student portal here. I believe that some of these words on the screen are misspelled because it's a prototype from art. This is not actually in the portal, but this is just an example for you, right? And then they can click into one of these little islands and they go into the classroom, right? Actually, they can click into this island and they can watch the pre-class video. Then they can take the class and they can get rewards from you, the teacher. And by the way, the stars are super important to our kids, and we know that we have a star problem. We've had a star problem forever. Tech team's always working to fix it, so thank you very much for always bringing that to our attention. And then after class, they do the post-class homework, and then they can take all of these rewards that they earn in different places and exchange them for cool stuff. So they can upgrade their spaceship or buy a different space pet. It's pretty neat, and pretty soon we're going to incorporate an online store. So they'll be able to use their stars to buy VIPKid swag. So moving on to the pre-class video. So the pre-class video, the goal of the pre-class is to introduce the lesson content. So the pre-class is generally 5 to 8 minutes long, sometimes a little longer for upper levels. And we have a lot of different kinds of videos. So we have our content introduction videos, which happens before the class, but we also have an entire video extension library. So those of you guys who've helped us film the virtual field trip series, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This has been one of the most popular things that we have ever done. You have transported students around the world to different places. You have accepted them into your home and introduced them to your family. Your child's 1-year birthday party. You know, I have no words for how excited I am about that. And coming up, we also have a few more videos where we're going to start to incorporate our teachers. We're actually getting ready to launch another video for demonstration of the final project. So it's like project demo. We have a mind map speaking video where the teacher talks and then magically behind this web of mind map comes out with different words that the student can say or different kind of thought patterns that they can organize. We have a soft skills video as well, which is about problem solving. So a lot of videos in our learning extension resource bank. So let me go ahead and cut to myself, which is pretty embarrassing, by the way. Let me cut to myself and a few other guys here at the head office doing the pre-class video. I'd also like to apologize if at any point in this video I talk to you like you're a 5-year-old. I cannot control my hands, and I'm very, very, very used to doing these videos and using lots of TPR. So here we go. Are you happy? Ding. Yes, I am. Are you happy? Ding. No, I am not. I am sad.
Hi, this is Meg. Hi, Meg. How are you? Meg is here to teach us grammar, okay? So let's look at what she is saying. Look at that shirt next to Meg. She's pointing and saying, "This is a shirt." Very good. This is a shirt. Now, when the shirt is far, far away from Meg, we say, "That is a shirt." So, this is a shirt. That is a shirt.
Dino asks, "What is moving fast?" Meg says, "The car is moving fast." Look at the picture. The car is moving from here to here very quickly. That is speed. It moves so fast. Please repeat. Fast. One more time. Fast. Good job. You are a fast learner. Here, Dino asks, "What is moving slow?" Meg says the turtle is moving slow. Look at the turtle. He is moving so slow. Not fast. This is a fast turtle. This is a slow turtle.
Now let's look at this. This is a shape robot. It's going to teach us some shapes. Oh, here they are. What shape is this? This is a diamond. Very good. What shape is this? This is a triangle. Good. And the next one, this is a circle. Closed shapes and open shapes. So, what is a closed shape and what is an open shape? Well, closed shapes, I can see a circle and a parallelogram. For open shapes, I can see a semicircle and part of a triangle. Just like this, it is open. This is closed.
ING. ING says ing. Can you say ing? Good job.
EY makes the long A sound. For example, they, they. Gray, a, pray, obey. These are all long vowel A's. Finally, it's quiz time. Today we talked about exercising. Let me ask you a question. Are you ready? Why should we exercise? Why should we exercise? Well, I think exercising can be fun, and it's a great way for us to stay healthy and to build a strong body. Exercising can help keep our heart and lungs healthy. That's all I have for you today, guys. Go outside, go exercise. Have a great, great day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
All right, so now that you've seen the pre-class video, I'm going to move on to the one-on-one class, right? So the one-on-one class is what you guys do, and you know all about it. But this is a very special clip here, a very special moment from a teacher and student. And, you know, this moment to me really, really, really identifies the power of online learning, the power of VIPKid. Watch this little girl fight to get these words out, and this teacher just reward her with such encouragement.
Teacher, what? Teacher, the kite is different. The zebra what zero and zoo is for the same. Yes, Ivy, this is great. Now listen. Yes, zoo, zero, and zebra are the same. But kite is different. So Ivy, what doesn't belong? Kite doesn't belong.
All right, after the one-on-one class, we have our post-class homework. So the post-class homework is split up into two sections. It's extremely important to us that we didn't turn the post-class homework into assessment, right? Because we only have 25-minute teaching time, we are going to use every moment of the student experience to teach. So the first part of the post-class homework is called interactive review. This content is like a game. And this game, right, it allows you only to win, but it allows you to win by reteaching you concept, right? So there's a reteaching moment here, and then you're going to move on to the practice slides. The practice slides are going to help you apply the knowledge that you've learned. So we're going to also collect the data from the practice section, and we're going to understand the student learning results here. And then in the future, you will absolutely see a lot of things that teacher will be able to understand from the student learning experience. We are still growing, we are still improving. We are getting ready to do a full level upgrade, level 2, starting with level 2. I'm sure a lot of you are very happy about that. And we have a very exciting interactive classroom coming out very soon. So we're excited about that as well. So I think that those of you who've been here for a while have seen continual improvement. Those of you who are here now will continue to see continual improvement. So without further ado, I'd like to show you guys something from our level 1 class. So this is actually slightly different than most of our computer-based homework because it's for a lower age group. This is pretty much all interactive review. You can't get it wrong. And this one is a unit about the United States of America. The goal of level 1 is to go around the world, so we're not just America-centric, absolutely. So Rex's team, our interactive courseware team, has designed this, and I'm very proud of them. I think it looks amazing. So I'll let you guys take a look.
Meg and Mike in the USA.
Let's start the storybook.
T-ball.
This is T-ball. This is T-ball. Yay! You finished.
T-ball. T-ball.
Hey!
Hi, Kim.
Hi, Meg and Mike. Yay! You finished. Hey!
Let's play T-ball. Okay.
Yay! You finished. Hey! Hit the ball.
Wow.
Hit the ball. Yay! You finished. Let's fly to the... Let's play.
A, B, B. A, B.
Hooray!
A, B, B. A, B, B.
Yay! You finished. You finished.
Find letter A.
Three, two, one, go!
Find letter A. Find letter A. Find letter A. A,
Find the letter E. Find the letter E. Find the letter E.
E.
Yay! Yay! You finished. Let's fly to the USA. Let's drive cars in the USA. Are you ready? Let's go.
Ooh. 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 Book.
Yay! You finished. Let's fly. Let's play.
A. 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 Apple. A. 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 And. B. B. Bite. B. 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 B.
Fly to the USA.
Homework.
Moving on to our final piece of content, this is the review book. The goal of the review book is to give parents some kind of paper content to help their child study at home. The review book has a couple special things in it, right? It's got some of the readers inside, but it has one thing that the PPT does not have, which is additional project-based learning experience. So I think that although the online classroom has a million amazing advantages, one of the disadvantages is really kinesthetic learning. It's really getting your hands on that learning and really applying it and creating something from what you know. And so this project-based learning really allows parents and students to kind of do projects at home with very simple materials. The one that's behind me right now, you can see, is the bean and the wet paper towel in the cup, which seems like a very basic project-based activity to us Americans or Canadians, but in China, really, this doesn't happen in school at all, right? So, and also in China, it's very hard to find materials. So, we try to use simple materials to do the best that we can to make awesome learning experiences for these kids. So that is our overall curriculum system. Let me review again. Pre-class, class, post-class, review book, right? This is for all levels, for all lessons, and they're continually upgraded and upgraded. Now, you guys know that we also have some other classes as well. We do winter camp and summer camp. We're getting ready to launch TOEFL Primary, for example. Level 6 just came out, which is exciting. You guys, in the very future, will see classes like writing. You'll see a supplementary line, of all kinds of different classes. I think in the future we'll be teaching STEAM classes. We'll be teaching voice and singing, drama. I'm so excited to do drama. So as the company grows, as we get a little more established, we can make more and more and more amazing things to offer our students. Another thing that's very exciting is that recently we have been cooperating with the Jack Ma Foundation, and this cooperation has allowed us to give access to students in rural schools, give our content to students in rural schools, and give them access to our amazing teachers. So these classes have been excellent, and this is a lot of the reason that I work here, is because these last 3 years have been hard, but to finally see the company have enough resource to be able to offer these, free opportunity and really create equal access to education is something that we all feel very, very, very strongly about. So a couple of shout outs here. This is the very end of my presentation. You're more than welcome to ask any questions you have in the comments underneath the weekly blast, the weekly update, right? So 2 special people at the TESOL conference, although all of our teachers who came, thank you so much. You guys were amazing. I always feel so honored to be part of this team, right? I feel so honored to be part of this team of teachers. People came from around Seattle. They came from as far as Portland or even further than that. We actually had a baby as well. I want to kiss the baby again at our booth. And so our teachers really helped us out at the booth, talking to people who were at the conference. We love you guys. Thank you so much. So 2 people did help me with the presentation. So Joseph has been our teacher for a while now, and Joseph teaches nights, actually, I remember from 12 to 7, right, on the West Coast. And then also Lauren. Lauren is one of our best referrers, so she's referred a lot of teachers for us. And, she has a kid, and she gets to stay at home with her child, which makes me very happy. I also have children, and so I understand what an amazing benefit that is. So 1,000 thanks to Lauren and Joseph for the help with the presentation and the feedback as well. They were, actually Lauren was the person who told me, hey, you really need to give this information to our teachers, and you should do it now. So again, guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope it wasn't too long. Any questions you have, please feel free in the comments. And any other information you'd like to have, also in the comments. It's not hard to film these videos, and I'm very happy to do so. So again, many thanks for all of your hard work. Many thanks for your, hours and hours of teaching. And I think that all of us, are just really happy to work somewhere where we can benefit a whole lot of kids. So without further ado, goodbye until next time. Bye-bye.